We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Washington Redskins. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Portis. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 24, check 24. Here we go, here we go. Line 36, line 36. What we got, what we got, what we got? Move, take the edge.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a quick throw here, that's complete. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Okay, just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Switch. Check, 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 check. Ready.
They'll run on 3rd down with Portis. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, check, check.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing
A run with Portis. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
check like 39.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Rush in. Rush in.
Now again, right side. It's Watkins, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Get him, boy.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
50's the mark. Coming to you, coming to you. Mike, steer ball.
They'll set up the throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's at the 30. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run it here with Portis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That's it, baby.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Second and 11. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up...
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
Really talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
He hated taking the loss there on third down.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. They'll try the left side. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 20, and he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Running right, Portis. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Shoot, shoot. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Check, 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 check. And go.
Here's Portis.
Take it quickly.
And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the second quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. The Pats at the line ready to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Eaton. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 19 yards that time for number 19. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got a first down and inside the midfield. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it down out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 43. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
Here we go.
A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards on 1st down. Eaton. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Get ready, get ready. Set. Check.
The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On 4th down, Perkins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs.
Here we go. 60 out block. Yes. 40 yards.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
29 is Mike. Mike 29. Silver.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 13. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Charlie.
Let's get there.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. From the left side, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. No problem there on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Time here for likely 1 play, and then these 2 teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play call is just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 83 yards. And the Patriots have taken the lead. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
61. Matchbox, right. Here we go again. Check 99. Check 99. Slip. Ready.
They hand it off to Portis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. Hey, check. Mike 6. Hot.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, check Mike 6, and go!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Strip that ball. Strip that ball. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
And the blitz does come. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's elbows in it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike 6. Mike 6. And go.
They'll set up to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Joker, 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 Joker.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 at a New England first down.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Gone, gone.
Switch.
Two.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Now back to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England. 44 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Fair.
Watch here.
Get it.
Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. It's their quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
They'll drop the throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Down. 10-2 stop.
It's our time. It's our time.
Go.
50, Mike. 50.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it second down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Hey.
He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Oh, man, open down the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Solomon Thomas. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
All day, every day, any day.
Back to throw here. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Solomon Thomas picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
47, Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it'll be intercepted. Let it run, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who are getting 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Eaton. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustain. And it's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Rock 36 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter, going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
Let's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on them. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. It's a foot race. The 30. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Let's go, let's go!
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic.
Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
They'll look to throw here. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Hey, hold on. Nice 50, nice 50. I got you, pop.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots.